Hey guys, welcome to another regular Funzies. Today's co-host is this little guy. Since this is the trend on YouTube, I thought I could do a really cool episode on a Draw My Life. I hope you guys enjoy learning a little bit more about me, and yeah, let's get started. So it all started in Washington on November 14th at 12:04 a.m. It was probably raining because, of course, it always rains in Washington, so my parents probably needed an umbrella. My mom said I was a pretty cute baby, and I was obsessed with my pacifier, and I wore cute bows like this. My mom said I was a pretty happy baby, so I didn't cry a lot, so that's good. So I ended up being a week late, and my mom did all kinds of crazy stuff to try and get me out, like lifting furniture and running down the street. I was supposed to be born on November 9th, but instead, I just didn't want to come out, and the days passed, and that's how I got my birthday of the 14th. So after I was born, my parents decided to move all the way from Washington down to Texas. Now this was a really long way, but they were ready for a new adventure. So they packed up all of our stuff in a big moving truck, and we were ready to move. My dad and dog drove in the truck across the country, and it took them 3 days. Hopefully it wasn't too boring for them. I mean, it's not like my dog can talk. But my mom and I said, "See ya, suckers!" And we took a plane to Texas in just a few hours. So here I was in Texas growing up. I was almost 1 year old, and I didn't have much hair, so my mom always put these weird tiny ponytail things on top of my head. Anyways, we were in the grocery store one day, and my mom noticed something really creepy going on with my eye, kind of like this. And after going to the doctor, we found out that I had strabismus, which is when your eye muscles kind of don't work. So at 1.5, I had my first eye surgery. I was really little, so my parents were super nervous, but I had an awesome doctor and everything turned out great. I didn't feel anything because I had anesthesia, but a little fun fact about babies and anesthesia is that when you wake up, you kind of go a little crazy, and I woke up with superhuman baby strength and hulked out of my bed and tried to rip all my wires out. The nurses were really nice, and they told my parents, "It's okay, this is totally normal." Hey guys, do you want to hear a joke? What does a nosy pepper do? It gets all up in your business! No, not funny? Okay. Anyways, when I was 1.5, my dad got a new job and my parents bought a new house. When my dad would go to work, it was just my mom and I hanging out and having fun. One day, we decided to go check out one of the parks in our new neighborhood. While we were there, we saw this cute little chubby baby in a stroller and went to say hi. My mom and her mom exchanged numbers and eventually became really good friends. That baby and I have been best friends ever since. Shout out to my girl. I love ya. FYI, when she was a baby, she was so stinking adorable. I'm not lying. So like I said, it was just my mom, dad, and I, and life was going good. No complaints. You want a sucker? Here you go. A robot? Sure, check this one out. Oh, you want a new Barbie? Oh yeah. This is the extent to my life at this point, an only child. Look how happy I am. Gimme. So here I am at 2.5. Still pretty cute. Still pretty happy. Yay! Wait, what? A baby brother. Wait, no. Take him back. Is there a postal service for babies? Just kidding. It's pretty cool having a brother. I always have a friend around, and I don't really know what life would be like without him. So at 3 years old, I had my second eye surgery, and this time I didn't try to rip all the wires out and Hulk out of my bed. So I got all kinds of cool presents, and I was a nice patient this time. And all the nurses liked me. So you know how most kids go through that phase called like terrible twos or terrible threes? I never really went through that phase. In fact, when I was 2 and 3, I was pretty sweet. But I turned around and ended up going through the phase of ferocious 4s. I would stomp up the stairs, I would scream at my mom and slam my door. I was pretty much just a big monster. But it was weird because when I turned 5, I was back to being normal and pretty nice. Let's just forget about that year, like it never happened. When I was 5 years old, I headed off to kindergarten, and I just absolutely loved kindergarten because I felt like such a big girl when I put on my backpack, and I made all kinds of new friends, and a lot of them are still friends to this day. And my teacher was the best teacher I could ever ask for. Shout out to my kindergarten teacher. I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. In the middle of kindergarten, it was kind of a bummer because my dog Pearl passed away, and that was just a really hard part of my life. And every time I looked at her photo, I would cry, and she was such a loving dog. I loved her to death, and she will always have a place in my heart. So in first grade, I had my 3rd eye surgery, and this one, it was for ptosis. And that is when your eyelids are really droopy and they don't really work. I had 2 eye patches over my eyes, and I kind of looked like a pirate. It was really weird, but since I was little, when I took them off, I thought I was so cool because it looked like I had eyeshadow on, but really they were just 2 black eyes. So that summer, I visited my cousins in New York, and I got to walk across Niagara Falls from USA to Canada. I remember saying, "See you later, USA, I'm walking out of the country." At the end of 2nd grade, my teeth weren't coming in so straight, so I got braces. At first I was a little nervous, but actually I really loved them afterwards, and sometimes I kind of miss them. Okay guys, it's time to get serious. This is a big milestone. I met the love of my life. He's black and white, he has a big tongue, he has floppy ears, and he wags his tail a lot. I got my dog Parker. He is so cute, and he always cheers me up when I'm sad, and he always wants to play with me. He's just the love of my life. That summer, I headed off to camp for the first time ever. And I was so excited because I knew it was going to be awesome, and it was. I thought it was the best week of my life, and I look forward to going to camp every single year because I make so many friends. Seriously, guys, I am so excited to go back. I cannot wait until I go tubing again. One of the coolest things I've gotten to be a part of is something called Humana. It's where you got a huge group of people and you package up non-perishable food items for the starving. We made bags full of rice, beans, vitamin packs, and lentils, and we shipped out 350,000 meals. It felt great to be a part of Humana, and I can't wait to do it again. Guys, this is another serious moment. It's a time of mourning. It's a time of despair. It's a time of don't ever cut your hair off time. So one morning I woke up and I told my mom, I want to cut off all my hair really short. It's gonna look good, right? Nope. That's a straight up lie. So after school, we headed to the hair salon and she cut it all off. And when I walked out, I totally regretted it. When I got home, I looked in the mirror and said to myself, what was I thinking? I can't do a ponytail anymore. Why? Well, I'm never doing that again. In the summer after 3rd grade, I went back to summer camp. This time, I was a pro. I knew what to pack, I knew what we were gonna do, I knew a lot of the camp counselors, so I was super pumped to see them again after a whole year. While at camp this time, I got to see some of the friends I made the year before that are from other cities, and I also made new friends. So this year, when I go back for the 3rd time, I will be so excited because it's gonna be a huge party. Oh yeah, and more tubing, because tubing rocks. This is the summer where I got super into watching vloggers on YouTube. I was so inspired by some of my favorite YouTubers that I thought, how cool would it be to make my own channel? And then I got nervous and thought, what if nobody wants to watch me? But then there would be no YouTube videos if everybody else thought that way. So that was when Regular Funzies was born with just a simple click of a mouse button. This is also the same summer, man, I did a lot that summer, that I took my first trip back to Washington where I was born. If you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch my 2 videos called Girls Vacay, where I documented the whole trip. I got to play on the beaches of the Puget Sound, ride the ferry to the big city of Seattle, which was amazing, and I got to see a ton of people who I care a lot about. It was a great trip. So at the beginning of 4th grade, I got my braces off and I was super excited because I was really happy on how my teeth were fixed. And if you guys are wondering on if it hurts to get your braces off, you can go check out my video that I did on when I got my braces off. During my 4th grade year, my school counselor saw the video I made on 5 ways to silence a bully. She asked me if I would be okay if she showed my video during our morning assembly the week of our school's anti-bullying campaign. Of course I said yes, and I got to speak a little about why I decided to make the video, and it was a very memorable experience knowing that I was able to help kids in my school. So, there it is. In a nutshell, that's my life so far. I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better. I just want to say that life is good, and you should always stay positive even if you feel down sometimes. I had a lot of fun making this video, but it's dinner time and I gotta go because I'm super hungry. So if you're a regular person and you like fun stuff, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below if you can relate to any of my life stories. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Regular Funzies, and I will see you guys later. Bye! Guess what, guys? When I was making this video, I made no mistakes. Yeah, that's a lie. Here are the bloopers. Oh my gosh. I made a blooper on the word blooper. Seriously?
We have to redo that. Nice. My name is Riley and I have a really giant left arm.
I got a toupee, girl.